could tell me I'm not with my way and go, yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. king of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on we mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on we mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
Turn the lights on.
Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever. The people they make go and dollars they make grow. And everything's for show, but I will remain cold and eager. The queen don't talk to the meager, a leader. Who you know in the Zephyr? Been through the trenches, gutter fields and stenches. Gone ball, they filling up the benches. Half-court shooter, spitting from the medulla. Life for the game, they talking like I'm the doula. Nobody wanna duel or defend the throne. I'm a dog in the zone and your man's is bones. I don't fear the stones, I flash the paws. Don't be talking to me crazy with no glass jaw. A spit of light saliva, you can never survive her. Streets got a code up, couldn't decipher. Watch the way you talk when you talking to me. And if you didn't know,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to North Carolina and the bustling city of Charlotte as we welcome you inside Bank of America Stadium, the home of the Panthers. The veteran Jason Sanders ready to get us started. And off we go from Charlotte. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. First and 10. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. Not much. Second and long coming up. The motion man is Sanders. Back to throw. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
So you spend all week, Mike, working on what they call the opening script. It's the plays that you love the most and you want to get called early. The problem? None of those plays account for being called inside your own 5-yard line. But that's exactly where they find themselves after that sack, and that's a disastrous start.
Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They'll throw out of the gun. That's into the hands of Jonathan Brooks. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. They'll look to throw yet again. Here comes the screen to Brooks. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Throwing now from the gun. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Back to the air one more time. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. They'll look to throw again. He gets it to Jonathan Mingo. He's taken down. The 10.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I...
Oh, making defenders look silly out there on his way into the end zone. Jonathan Brooks, touchdown Carolina. It's his second touchdown of the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. Panthers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Opening carry of the game for the speedster, Devon Achane. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Achane. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll look to throw. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He'll look to throw. Now a screen set up for Achane. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He's got the tight end, Mayer. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
A chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
Another one from the 5. Second down and goal. Now, H.A. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a little extra time to think about this third and goal as we've hit the end of the first. The Panthers off to the early advantage. And will return to Charlotte in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 3. Third and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. They'll try it now with H.A. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Receiver in motion, headed left. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. Oh, got to be careful here. Looks like they're just going to avoid the safety, but not by much. That was close to being a disaster. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From his own end zone, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Christian Harris.
And just incredible field position for them following that interception. And you could bet, Mike, as this offense is taking the field, they're telling their defense, hey, nice job here, fellas, but don't bother taking those helmets off. Give us a couple plays, we punch this thing in, and we're going to get you guys right back out there.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got it at the 3.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you had any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jason Sanders on for the point after. He's got it. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's now 14-7. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That one taken in right side by Legette. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receivers.
Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Max Melton.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Kyler Gordon. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Working the right side. Taken in by Rice.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. Throwing now from the gun. Now he'll run. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that 1st down play.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. A carry now for Brooks, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. We'll go once more with Brooks. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line Christian Harris there on the stop. 3rd down and 9. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Max Melton.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. Yeah. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively.
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Max Melton. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Achane. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And now it's 4th down.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. He gets that complete to his tight end man. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And he will score. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Miami.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Sanders here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins will tie things up. We are all even at 14. didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. He'll look deep, left sideline. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Both teams look good on the offensive side in the first half. Will it carry over? We're about to find out. Second half is underway. Here comes a return from the end zone. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. Trying to avoid tacklers there, but the ball is out.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the rookie out of Miami.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning, being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
He's across midfield. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner, that is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down and pick.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Dolphins.
It just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. This is fielded inside the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They motion a receiver right. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Here's a give to Achane. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. To the goal line and in. Michael Mayer. Touchdown, Miami. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This one taken at the 7. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Max Melton. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the goal line. Nearly a pick 6, but he does set up the offense with 1st and goal. Here's Achane. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. A 2nd effort, and he is in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. Now Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins will extend this 3rd quarter lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. A return now from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down. Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying like that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on third down, but what they call third and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert third downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback.
He'll look underneath here for Brooks. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
They'll look to throw again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Miami.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They'll run with Achane. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out? You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. He works free. Right side. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Miami. Well, they get the running back out of the backfield, and Greg, we find him in the end zone, a touchdown pass.
Mike, we call those short throw, long run. It's every quarterback's dream. He's able to get the ball out of his hand to his intended target, and in this case, this guy, he does the rest.
Sanders here for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Dolphins tack on one more to their lead.
42. Panthers 14. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll tuck it and take off.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now they'll set up to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Rice. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll look to throw. A throw there, caught by Legette. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and
it is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. On the handoff, this is Achane. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
2nd and 11. Back to throw. He keeps it himself. He'll get rid of it and complete it. So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge... to cut into the deficit.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Brooks out of the backfield. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
That one knocked away and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let...
And he's in. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football at their own 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Throwing now from the gun. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. That one taken in right side by Legette. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. to the air one more time. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Max Melton.
It's not often, Mike, that we get to sit here and witness history. I mean, he is officially one of one. The first player to ever pick off 5 passes in one game. It's taken a perfect performance, yes. Probably a little bit of luck, yes. But he's come through all game long, and he's earned his place in NFL history.
1st and 10 now from the 36. On the ground is Achane. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only 1 remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically...
That one going to be intercepted in the end zone if he stayed in bounds. Now the officials say no, it is incomplete. Crisis averted for the offense, at least for the moment. A near turnover there. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches. Once again, it's Achane. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Achane. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
Well, after being stopped for no gain on first down on the ground, Mike, it brings up the question. 2nd and goal from the 2. What do you do? I like throwing it. I don't...
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Next to score, Dolphins 49, Panthers 28. Jason Sanders to kick off.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Going for it all. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.